Welcome back everybody, my name is Tucker, this is Sporting Logically, and today I'm going to review the most recent NBA trade, the Clippers sending Austin Rivers to Washington for Marcin Gortat. The first thing that struck me about this deal was that Rivers actually ended up being sent away from the team that is coached by his father. In any trade scenarios that I've come up with throughout the past few months, I never included Austin Rivers because I never thought he would actually be included in a deal so long as Doc was the head coach. This is the most obvious sign possible that Doc is no longer in charge of player personnel decisions. Not only that, but this is also a clear indication that the Clippers wanted to open up some minutes for rookie lottery picks Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jerome Robinson. Many people were pretty surprised to see LA end up with two backcourt players with their back-to-back lottery selections, and even more criticized picking Robinson so high. But I actually really like both players, and removing Rivers from the equation to ensure that there are enough guard minutes to go around is a good move. The only thing that really remains in question about the Clippers' backcourt is whether or not they plan on bringing back Avery Bradley as a free agent this summer. They already have a ton of players at that position under contract in addition to the two players they just drafted, so it seems unlikely that they would want to add to an already high payroll by re-signing Bradley, but that remains to be seen. On the other hand, getting a player like Gortat back certainly isn't a bad haul for a team in the Clippers situation. I'd previously thought that they would draft a big man in the first round of the draft to guard against DeAndre Jordan potentially leaving in free agency this summer, but it seems this move was made with that in mind as well. There's been increasing chatter the past few days that Jordan would be willing to opt into his deal for next season in order for the Clippers to trade him to a new team, similar to how Chris Paul was traded last offseason. The market for the big man remains to be seen, but this deal with Washington seems to be the first step towards a potential DJ trade. If the team is planning on moving him, we'll probably know even as soon as this week, as Jordan's deadline to opt into his deal is June 29th. And if he does opt in, then the Clippers might not be done making moves just yet. Moving on to the other side of the deal, the Wizards made Gortat a profit by trading him away, something he had predicted publicly recently. There were a lot of locker room issues in Washington this season, as there seemingly always are, and Gortat was at the center of a lot of it with his comments about the more team-oriented approach the team took once John Wall went down with injury. Whether this move was requested by Wall or not is unclear, but it isn't out of the question to consider that the team moved the big man to calm things down a bit, considering Wall's recent comments about that position. This is purely speculation, but this move could be seen as a precursor move to a potential DeMarcus Cousins sign and trade to reunite the former Kentucky duo, potentially even involving Otto Porter Jr. You would imagine the team would have some kind of move for the 5 spot in mind, unless they're planning on rolling out Jason Smith and Ian Mahinmi as the only two players in rotation at that position next season. In trading away Gortat, the team does get some perimeter playmaking and shooting in return in Rivers, something they've needed for a long time to take some of the load off their starting backcourt when either of them heads for the bench. Rivers isn't going to be an end-all solution by any means, but he does at least give the team a little bit of help on the perimeter that could provide more value than Gortat's contributions at the 5 spot. In the end, I see this as a pretty good deal for both sides. Each player's contract runs out in the summer of 2019, and they're both getting paid about the same amount next season, so it's pretty much a wash there. LA moves into position to trade away DJ and still have a quality option at the 5 spot, while Washington adds a solid young player to their guard rotation. Having said all that, my biggest takeaway from this is that I would definitely keep an eye on each of these teams over the next few weeks, as they might not be done making trades to try and improve their rosters. Once again, this has been Sporting Logically. My name is Tucker. If you missed my last video, you can click here. If you'd like to see more videos just like this, you can click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.